Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Not Tea. I'm your host, Miss K Legacy on the internet. And you guys, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Facebook as well at Coffee Not Tea, the talk show. You can follow me on Instagram at KLegacy_ or at Twitter, on Twitter at KLegacy_. Okay, you all, I'm going to make a video all about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, okay? AOC, better known as AOC, better known as loony leftist lunatic AOC. What is wrong with AOC? She's so young and so crazy. Like, what has life done? You know what life? It wasn't even life. You know what it is? It's greed. It's money. That's what's making her so crazy. So I know you all know that she has this issue with Representative Ted Yoho. Apparently, she alleged that Representative Yoho called her an effing bee, which is ridiculous. He denies all claims and nobody else heard what she's talking about. Believe it up to AOC to be before Congress for an hour with some feigned outrage, crying about something that nobody else heard, just to push her socialist, feminist, colored woman narrative, racist white male in America, men are the problem, rhetoric narrative. It was just so absolutely crazy. I'm so upset because I watched her before Congress just try to act like this victim. You know, that's what the Dems love. The left, they love victimhood. They relish in it. They love it. And she was just a victim. Oh, I'm somebody's daughter, this and the third. Because apparently, Representative Yoho did issue an apology for an exchange of words. Apparently, she was called disgusting. But, you know, AOC, if Representative Yoho did indeed call you disgusting, I mean, he wasn't really that off base. You are the woman who justified the uptick in crime in which black children were dying by saying that people were stealing bread. So that's quite disgusting, okay? And it's really unconscionable that, you know, black children being slain in the street would equate to people just trying to steal bread or being scared to pay their rent, which is the foolishness that came out of her mouth. So that was disgusting. Also, AOC, you know, she wanted to talk about she wanted to talk about men's culture and how, you know, his comments that nobody else heard, his comments were an attack on every woman, and women had to go through this, that, and the third. And I'm not saying that women aren't, you know, marginalized maybe in the workplace, but this whole idea, see what she's doing, she is promoting and reinforcing a toxic feminist, a dangerously toxic feminist ideology that men are the problem. When actuality, you know, she's a socialist. So I think she really is the problem in this. Her whole ideas are backwards. And, you know, something that really was kind of stuck out to me is that how can AOC dissect so minutely the men's culture in a workplace, but can separate black culture and black violence from BLM? So what would you like to say about that, AOC? How is it that you are so, how are you putting a workplace under so much scrutiny that you can detect a men's culture within a workplace, but yet you can ignore blatant black on black violence, and which is killing our children? You can separate that completely from Black Lives Matter. It makes no sense. It's because she has bias. It's because she wants a Marxist insurrection. It's because something's wrong with her. Okay? Something's not clicking up here. Also, she used an example of being a bartender at one point in time and having to kick men out for making, you know, misogynistic comments. I worked in the service industry. So, you know, men, hey, they flirt. Men will be men, whatever the case. But not all men are that way. Not all men that I waited on, not all men that I served a drink at the bar were trying to make me feel inferior or trying to make me feel like an object because I was a woman serving them a drink. So that's a little example exasperated. That's what spirits and liquor will do to a person, whether they be man or woman, because I've seen a lot of women get classless, belligerent, and really quite beside themselves, quite nasty at bars as well. And I've also had to kick women and men out of bars because of alcohol use, because of using alcohol, because of the intoxication factors of alcohol will make somebody act beside themselves or out of character. But she, used bartending. That's another reason for her socialist agenda, because at one point in time she had to work for a decent living. So now she wants to push for socialism because everything's too expensive. But AOC, you went from a bartender throwing out misogynistic men out your bar to a congresswoman. So what's so bad about a democracy? I'm sorry, come again. What's so bad about a democracy? Oh, nothing. It's just that now here you are in this position and you want to line your pockets with lies to the American people, because with all those taxes that y'all want to implement, are you going to be getting taxed? Huh? Since the rich have to be taxed. What about your money? What about you? Where does that leave you? Oh, it leaves you with a little nest egg somewhere because y'all all got your hand in the pocket. So while you're trying to push this agenda, and then I also beg for all the people who are all the black people who are standing with AOC and, oh, men are the problem. Where were y'all when Dave Chappelle said that he liked to punch a married Candace Owens in her vagina? So where was all that, oh, women who justify this behavior, oh, that you're the problem? Where was all that energy for a married Candace Owens? Because Dave Chappelle made a comment that was actually sexual assault. Okay? But AOC standing in front of Congress trying to cry about something that nobody heard. Dave Chappelle did that on camera for laughs at the expense of a black woman. So, feminists what? Feminists where? What are y'all doing? What's happening? What's happening? Y'all can't be picking and choosing. I'm sorry. Y'all can't be picking and choosing. But yeah, AOC, what else did I write down about her? She was just so, just again with the victimhood. And then she keeps talking about personal privilege. Why is it all of this privilege all of a sudden? What personal privilege did Yoho have to engage in a conversation with you and possibly called you disgusting? Because he denied the explicitives, but I do believe that there was like a heated exchange, but he denied saying the explicitives and nobody heard him say those things. Okay, but what is this privilege? Why is it all of a sudden everybody has privilege? Oh, cisgender privilege. It's a sad time in this world where being born a natural man or woman biologically, by nature, by divine intervention is considered a privilege. That people are just throwing that out there now just for their own agenda. She's talking about privilege. And she mentions discrimination to allude to racism. She's just trying to, again, reinforce this racist narrative, a white male demeaning a colored woman, when AOC, you're kind of an antagonist that makes no sense. So anybody who's on the right side of things, whether it be politically or even just like humanistically, and I hope that's a word, you're disgusting. Like, I'm sorry. You want to harm the American people and harm the American system. That is disgusting, sweetheart. I'm sorry. AOC wants to, yeah, exactly. Again, wants to dissect the male culture while ignoring black culture and supporting BLM. Honestly, this woman is just all over the place. And woe to anybody who, is believing anything that's coming out of AOC's mouth or wants to stand at her corner. Until she gets some sense, okay, I won't be able to stand with AOC for anything that she's talking about. And quite frankly, I don't believe that Representative Yoho made the explicit comments that she's saying that he did. I do believe that he probably did call her disgusting, or probably said that her ideology was disgusting, but I don't believe that Representative Yoho, call her an effing B on the stairs. I think that she was reaching, and again, it's yet to be proven. And at the same time, I might have a little bias because AOC, I happen to think that a lot of your ideology, a lot of your reasoning happens to be disgusting, especially when you're justifying the deaths of Black children, okay? Justifying it by saying that people are stealing bread and scared to pay their bills, okay? I strongly object to that. And I strongly disagree. Okay, so that's all I got to say. Again, y'all can go follow me, subscribe to this channel. All right, subscribe to Legacy Television so you can be notified anytime I make a video. Okay, and I love you guys with Jesus joy. I'm gonna be dropping some more content soon. I'll see y'all later. Shout out. I'm gonna hit my peace like ABL. All right, I'll holler.